Welcome to the What's Our Verdict podcast. We fashion ourselves cinematic judge and jury. My name is JJ Crowder. I'm here with my co-hosts Mattson.
Better read than dead.
And Alec Burgess.
Let's get it.
We appreciate you tuning in. Go ahead, hit that follow, subscribe, like button, hit the bell notifications, all those wonderful things that help us grow the podcast. We appreciate all that stuff. And then go check out our whatsourverdict.com website. Don't get too used to it, though. We're got a website redesign coming soon, so watch out for that. Yeah, that's all the intro. This is the first actual movie that we're shortening the intro, guys. So
we are. I do want to call out our TikTok, though. Like, if you want to get fun and interactive, get on our TikTok. Just search What's Our Verdict. Alex got some sweet, fun content, lots of movie trivia, especially if you're on some bad dates. Alex got you. But that's where you're really going to interact with us quite a bit. So definitely chime in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Good Miss Marple TikTok coming soon.
Can't wait.
Alec also likes to comb his hair. For those of you watching, because now you can actually see us live, Alec has a lot of hair. You just wouldn't know it. But if you watch TikTok, you'll see it.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the man bun.
Yeah, but man, I have been waiting to talk about this movie because honestly, a lot of the things we reviewed lately, JJ, in my opinion, because we've been focusing on TV quite a bit, have been pretty good. We haven't had like a stinker in a little bit because we haven't been focusing on movies, but I cannot wait to talk about this movie.
Yeah. So let's jump in and talk about what we're talking about. So today we are reviewing Jurassic World Dominion. It was released June 10th, 2022. It was written by Emily Carmichael and Colin Trevorrow. It was directed by Colin Trevorrow. Hit stars. Here we go. Jesus. Let me get my neck pops in because this list is long. Stars Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Laura Dern, Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, DeWanda Wise, Mahmoud Athi, Campbell Scott, Isabel Sermon, and B.D. Wong. 4 years after the destruction of Isla Nublar, dinosaurs now live and hunt alongside humans all over the world. If you haven't seen this movie, you want to avoid spoilers, now's the time to pause the podcast, go watch the movie, come back and pick up where you left off. But I'm going to just go ahead and recommend right out the gate, let's not watch this movie.
Look,
Javier.
If you're looking for some good entertainment, that while the movie's not good, this should be a lot of fun. So come listen, come laugh with us. But JJ, the description you just read about this movie, while dinosaurs are all over this world, is very misleading because what was also all over this world is this movie is a dinosaur movie about grasshoppers.
Yeah.
Locusts. Okay.
Locusts. Oh, locusts.
Let's get our insects straight. And that was a locust.
I'm sorry. I'm a paleontologist, not whatever a bugologist is. So, like, F that. Like, I don't care. Very confusing. And right out the gate, like, once I learned, like, why?
Well, and this leads into my point about this movie, and that is it had more plot points and storylines than Alec has hair on his head.
That's a lot of hair.
Can I get on my conspiracy theory soapbox?
Please.
Jurassic Park is showing us the future. We're going to be in a future where you buy a certain kind of crop from the big company. Otherwise, it's going to be
Amazon. Apple.
It might not be bugs, right? It could be something else. But there's my conspiracy moment for the episode.
I mean, I don't disagree with that, but I just think it's ridiculous that it was giant grasshopper-looking locusts that were the problem. Do locusts even look like grasshoppers? All I've ever seen is like the shell when they come out of the tree. I've never actually seen.
Those are cicadas. So no, those are not locusts. Those are cicadas, JJ.
Is there a difference?
Cicadas are the ones that like sleep underground for 17 years.
Locusts
and they pop up
locusts definitely look like what they looked like in the movie. And if I was to screen share to our audience, it's
you guys need to look up more on your bugs.
Dude, I hate bugs, so I don't really give a shit.
Do your research.
They do look like grasshoppers. Okay, fair enough.
JJ, can we get a screen share for our viewers real fast?
Oh yeah, that was watching. Let me pull that up real quick.
Because
closed it.
they weren't small. They were like mega sized, like small size of like a Chipotle, like a Chipotle burrito, maybe like twice the size of that. Also, I'm hungry, so that's why I brought that up.
Dude, I had Chipotle last night.
Did you really? Good for you.
Mind
But-
meld. We did.
For our audience that's listening, basically what's happening right now and us just talking randomly is exactly how this movie felt, because you had the bugs, you had this girl that was genetically engineered. Like, yeah, there we go. There's a locust.
Yeah,
but
there's a
imagine that
locust.
like times 4 or something, and much more scary looking.
Yeah.
But JJ, lay out all the. You said there was so many plot points as much as Alex here. Like, what kind of? Try to
got
lay
a
as
lot
many
here.
plot points as you can that this movie had, because it's a lot.
Sure. You got the blue and baby blue, right? You've got Maisie, the girl from the last Jurassic World, and then you've got tied into both of those Owen and I don't even remember her character name at this point.
Claire.
Claire,
It's
sorry.
Claire.
Dude, I don't. That's
Man,
the problem. I don't
thought
give a shit.
I was gonna hate on this movie. You guys didn't even pay attention.
It's hard to when there's so much going on. So, and then you got that running through. Now you have Dr. Grant and Dr. Sadler, and then that's interwoven with this weird Ian Malcolm and the new guy that I
Who's
also
actually the old guy?
no,
See
not
that?
that guy. I'm not
Oh.
there yet. I'm talking about the
Excuse me.
the student Ramsey, the guy that actually helped Ian Malcolm. So there's that tie-in, and they're all bringing that. So now you got all these people that are brought into this story. Now you add in the one from the original. It's supposed to be from the original with Dodgson, his storyline with Biosyn or whatever. Now you add in the fact that they're implying that Biosyn has created these giant locusts to corner the market on the ability to grow food that Alex talking about his thing there. Now you got dinosaur meat markets and selling them off like look like I was watching Jason Bourne, like the Bourne Identity is what with dinosaurs is what that whole sequence looked like. And then you have I mean Jurassic Park 3, like the new park that is like a sanctuary. Oh, then you got the pilot lady who's got her whole own storyline. And it's not like these are just characters. These are people that they introduce storylines with. Like they're like, I have this backstory and I need to know more. And then you got Henry or Harry or whatever the hell the dude from all the Jurassic movies that is now a good guy again because he created locusts that are destroying the world. And he knew the original version of the clone Maisie, who was just kind of hinted at in Lost World or in the whatever.
I was like,
Fallen
I don't remember
Kingdom.
anything about that.
Yeah, like I remember her being like a clone, but I didn't like this thing just, and I think that's all the ones I can
That's
remember.
11 right there, and I'm sure we're forgetting a couple of sub ones but that's impressive, JJ. Great job while you ate your popcorn. Really proud of you for remembering that.
Man, it was so hard to watch. This movie had no idea what it wanted to be. Like I said, it was like I kept thinking, is this a Bourne Identity movie with dinosaurs? Is this Fast and Furious with dinosaurs? Is this James Bond with dinosaurs? Or is it some amalgamation of all three of them in the most terrible way with dinosaurs? And then where the hell did these species of dinosaurs come from? Like we got new raptors.
Gigiosaurus or whatever that was.
Yeah, with
Giganotosaurus.
Giganotosaurus.
They actually put that was stupid.
The big ass dinosaurs. Like
Can we talk about the one that had the dangling like nail claws things? Is that a real dinosaur?
Therizinosaurus.
With that type of claw system. Because I will say one of the coolest things about this movie was when T-Rex, who never dies, which I quite like about that. I mean, I respect that.
This T-Rex
was fighting the Gigasaurus with that other animal. And then they did like a WWE like tag team move where he like pushes that giant dinosaur in the other and then whoosh, like that was a cool death. I'll give it that. I was like, that was next level.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool fight. but it was so unnecessary. Like,
Yeah.
we were done with this movie, but you got to have the dinosaur
Yeah.
death match. And I'm like, what the shit is
It's okay,
happening?
JJ. We can't
Dinosaur.
pronounce them as dinosaur.
Dude, I am so freaking like, my brain is melted because of this fucking movie. Like, it's the dinosaur death match. Oh my god, it was so bad. It was so bad. I remember, and then when that dinosaur, because I figured that they would be, hoped, let me not say figured, I hoped that they would be smart enough that if they were going to introduce all these new dinosaurs, of which there were plenty, that they were all at least based on something real, which is good. Because truth be told, raptors, the velociraptors are completely wrong. They're
Well, there's the Utah Raptors and then the Raptors that are size of chickens. Let's not forget. Let's pull back some footage from our original Jurassic Park. Have a problem with that.
Exactly. And the velociraptors are the ones that are actually the size of chickens, or the little plush dinosaur that Alec's petting right now.
Yeah,
they're not very big.
Alec's been petting this dinosaur for like 2 minutes, if you've been wondering on our podcast.
Yeah. And then they had these like, oh yeah. What the hell were these raptors that were laser trained?
That actually was kind of cool.
How do you even do that?
I don't know, but that was cool.
You put a chip in their brain, probably something like that.
Well, I mean, they did that too. And
I mean, I don't know why I'm asking how did they do that, because this whole movie is.
I didn't even ask. I was just like, that was cool.
Yeah.
Like, if I could have a laser trained raptor.
I mean, if all it took was splicing together different DNAs of reptiles to make a dinosaur, I mean, shoot, Disneyland would be full of them. So, yeah,
it's true.
Yeah. Only if it were that easy.
It was, I just didn't know what was going on most. And then every time I'd get comfortable with the storyline, it would shift to another storyline. And I'm like, what the shit am I watching? And then the fact that they forced Dodson into this movie was terrible. Like, as soon as they said the name Dodson, I'm like, no, you are not going to do this right now. Like, really? We're going to tie this to Dennis Nedry? And then they show this stupid ass Barbasol can as he's leaving the thing that's all like still covered in the Dilophosaurus mucus or whatever. And then he gets killed by Dilophosaurus. And the only time we've seen Dilophosaurus are way out in the jungle. How the hell did they get in there? Why are they there now instead of the Deinonychuses or whatever with the big sailbacks? Like,
you got that one right.
I do know some
Those dinosaurs were they were so slow moving when they were trying to get out there. Like, I was like, okay, they're hungry. They're probably gonna move a lot faster than that. I don't know. That was, but I wonder how Apple felt, because the CEO of Biosyn looked very much like Tim Cook. And I was like, well, in conspiracy theory from Alec, maybe this is an allusion to Down with Apple.
Apple's going to be the one who takes us out. It's either Apple, or he kind of looked like Bill Gates, and Bill Gates owns the most farmland in America. So if anybody's going to make us buy special seed, it's going to be Bill Gates.
Wow. Alec, I feel like we do need to have some conspiracy theory podcasts that we just talk about some of the stuff. Listeners, if that's something you want to hear about, let us know, because I want to do an episode about that.
There's no closing those floodgates, Mattson.
I didn't know that Alec was a conspiracy theorist.
Dude, I love conspiracy theories. Are you kidding me? They're so cool.
Now we're going to have to talk later. I'm very intrigued by conspiracy theories. I don't even know what to talk about with this movie. It's such shit. It's hot garbage.
JJ, how does a movie like this, when they're putting it together, like, oh, like, this is going to make sense to the audience. Like, how do they find comfortability in knowing we have all these different things plot-wise and it's going to make sense? Because, like, any average movie watcher or critic is just going to just crap all over this, as we are right now, and not be able to make sense of it. I just don't know how movies push stuff like this out. I guess they just go, we're going to make money. It's a brand name. We don't care.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it comes down to, I think, because here's the thing is, the audience score for this thing right now on Rotten Tomatoes is 78%.
Jeez, common folk, come on.
So this is the problem, and we've talked about this before. Now that's a big
Is
ass
that
dinosaur,
Yoshi?
Alec.
What is that?
I love it.
It's
That's a
another
T-Rex.
giant stuffed dinosaur.
I love this guy. That's the problem, though, is like people love shitty movies that have to do with. This is why we don't have. Okay, I've bitched about this before in the past, and I said there's no new original content coming out of Hollywood. And it's not because we don't have original or like creative people. We have tons of them. We have new ideas, but why would these studios do new things when they know they can make a terrible Jurassic World movie that serves no purpose whatsoever other than to bring back the original cast from Jurassic Park, a very good movie, and then tie them to the new cast of Jurassic World, which the first one was a tolerable movie because it was basically a remake of the original Jurassic Park. So you have these two and these big actors and this name brand, and you can shove everything in there that's just fan service, because that's all this shit was. This whole movie was nothing but fan service. And it's the same reason that people go and the Fast and the Furious movies make money. If we were not doing this podcast, and if you guys were to say, I don't want to do Fast 10, I would be okay with that because it's garbage. It's shit. They went to space last time in a Fiero. It's okay. It's garbage, but people watch it and it
Is
makes
that going to
millions.
come back to re-entry, JJ?
No, not even close. It would have never made it out of the atmosphere.
Hey, maybe Tesla's will. Elon's got that SpaceX going on. Maybe that's, you never know.
I mean, if a giant penis can make it to Mars, then or make it to outer space, then I guess a Fiero might be able to. I don't know, but that's
I'm just
the
upset
problem.
that we have one dinosaur franchise, just one.
Yeah,
I mean, there's almost competing franchises for
Whoa.
everything else.
Alec, you stand corrected. Land Before Time. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Land Before Time
Land
has
Before
like
Time
12
set
movies.
the bar for Fast and the Furious. Dude, they got like 17 movies.
Yeah, Land Before Time, like one of the originals, a heartwarming film. Don't you hate on that?
I'm
That
going
is a
to hate on it.
franchise.
Littlefoot, baby,
Flathead.
and the long necks.
That is a
I'm
franchise.
going to hate on it because that they gave Fast and Furious.
And
the
you might as
idea.
well have another franchise, not really, but a very small subset, Rex in Toy Story, carrying the dinosaur name and doing a great job. Let's not forget. Come on now.
Oh God, that's funny.
He's good at video games, but not really because he lost his Zerg until he had to use the cheat.
Yeah, because he's got little arms. He can't press the fire button and jump at the same time, Mattson.
Alec, I just want you to know that when Land Before Time came out, I was 7 years old.
Oh, good lord.
That's how old the original one was.
I wasn't even born yet.
Dude, you weren't even a twinkle yet. Like,
No, I was like so far away from being a twinkle.
Oh God, yeah, that's
My
funny.
parents had barely been married.
But
There
to
you go.
Alec's point, though, you know that they're going to bring Jurassic Park back in 5-10 years, and I just...
Yep.
Why? Like, why?
Now they
can
shouldn't.
we as Hollywood let things just actually die? Same thing with Top Gun. I'm worried about. Are they going to let it die? Same thing with Mission Impossible and Tom Cruise has done. I'm like, maybe just let it go. Like, it's okay. Like, let it just be a good thing. But we don't know. We don't seem to know how to do that.
No,
No,
we want money.
And it's because of the audiences. It's because we go see them. In droves, we go see terrible movies, and then we go to Rotten Tomatoes and say it's 78% fresh, and I'm like, stop it, just stop it, because it's got a terrible rate. Like it, the critics is 30%. Like
they hated
it because it's bad.
But
It makes no sense.
it's like fast food. Why are we still going to why are we going to Burger King when you can go to Chick-fil-A? Like, why? Why are you going to Del Taco?
Because Burger King is open on Sundays, Mattson. That is why.
Well, it shouldn't be.
Oh God.
I need my Burger King, Mattson.
It's the whole principle of someone's gonna. I have no idea. Like, why are you gonna eat a movie hot dog when you could like have standards, people? I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
because they were all out of the pretzels at the movie theater, so I got a hot dog.
No,
that's fair.
any movie theater food that's like not popcorn or like candy related, it's not that good. Like go get some other food. Find a way to sneak it in. Like wear a big hoodie. Like do your
Dinosaur
thing.
chicken nuggets.
Best
Or
movie food out there, Chipotle in the movie theater. It's pretty good.
that's I would agree with you mostly, but there are movie theaters in the Midwest and the East Coast and pretty much anywhere except for where I live that are like there. And there is one, but the food's pretty bad here in Ogden, down up in Ogden. But there's like these movie theaters that actually serve dinner, like you order real food. There was one in Ohio. Oh my God. It was so good. Like it was actually just delicious food. Anyway, we digress a lot.
We
yeah.
have barely talked about this movie.
Yeah. I I don't know if I have anything good to say about this movie other than the visuals. The CGI looked great.
Yeah, it was good. It was
The
good. I'll give 'em
dinosaurs
that.
look fantastic. And that's about it. Like I like the girl. I like the girl that plays Maisie. She's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, JJ, we've already crapped on this movie so much. I just don't know how much more crapping I can do. Like, I'm not constipated anymore.
And it was stupid because I was sitting in a theater full of people at 9:30 at night going, why are you all here? Like, what are you doing? And then the longer this movie, and it's 2.5 hours long. Holy fuck. That's another thing I needed to talk about. I barely like movies that I like to get to 2.5 hour plus movies. This movie I was just like, oh my God, will this thing end already? Like, please.
Well, like, what were they thinking when they finally tried to burn all the evidence and burn the grasshoppers in that the sanctuary, and that it wasn't gonna set everything on fire, and that they weren't gonna have to? In fact, I was like, what smart business is just gonna torch it all and then just be like, oh yeah, now we gotta hit the panic button? They needed a way to get all the dinosaurs into an enclosed spot so they could have that like mono battle, because otherwise it's like they don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're billionaires. They get away with it.
Well, and that's like, I would have been far more interested if like he went off the rails and like started trying to kill these people. Like, you know what I mean? Like capture Owen and Claire and the Dr. Sadler. And like I was waiting for like him to like literally go nuts and be like try to protect himself from but that's the problem with having that many storylines. Like, but why would he do it other than he's crazy? But yeah, I hated the fact that they lit these things on fire and they're still flying around like there's nothing wrong. You ever lit a bug on fire? They don't keep flying around like it's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they were kind of on
like
fire.
Still flying. I was like, they just got torched by like propane. And like...
Yeah. And how did all of those, because they get out of that freaking room and it turns into like the big swarm of fire looking. They didn't all fit in that little room. Where the hell did they come from?
Life finds a way. Okay.
That was a good one.
Well done, sir. Well played.
Well played.
Yep. Well played. I had so many issues.
I did like Jeff Goldblum though.
I love Jeff Goldblum and everything
he showed
that he
up
does.
and just you made a promise to a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Is that a dinosaur on your shoulder?
I feel like he was the only good thing about this movie.
I did like the pilot, the new pilot. She was funny. Yeah. I mean, she had no reason to be there other than to fly them in and out. But I liked. Oh, okay. Can I tell you the part of this movie that pulled me out so bad that I almost walked out? Was
the swimming velociraptor?
No, I was actually whatever for that because I was so distracted by the fact that they fall into frozen water, and not just frozen water, but so cold that it was freezing after a plane landed in it. that it was refreezing. Okay. That's cold. For water to instantly refreeze like that, that's fucking cold.
Mm-hmm.
They fall in completely submerged. They get themselves out, and Owen is under the water for a while. Like, they pull him out. They're both soaking wet in this water. They act like nothing's wrong. You're hypothermic within the first like minute of you falling into water that cold. And he's just fine in his wet clothes the rest of the movie. This dude probably would have fucking died before he got in the elevator if the water's that cold that it's refreezing. And it froze a plane like upside down in it.
Or the fact that these are reptiles and they're cold-blooded animals, and
That's fair too.
like
And they're
in
just
snow,
fine in
they're
snow.
just fine. I'm like, all right, like
I didn't even
I don't
fucking
know
think
if
about
that Bronchiosaurus is just gonna be chilling with snow on him and being like,
Hey, you guys.
Didn't even think.
like they're not gonna move. They're just gonna be a statue.
Well, especially because he said they cloned the one with what's the monitor lizard, and monitor lizards need like a 90-degree hotspot at all to. Oh
Yeah,
my! I didn't even
they just
think about
overlooked
that.
I thought they were gonna show him like thriving in like Arizona or like Phoenix and Alec's neck of the woods. That's fine. That makes
We're
sense.
too
Like,
hot here. Dinosaurs won't survive.
Yeah,
except for
no,
this one.
Yeah, I don't
no,
know.
yeah, it's hot as balls in Arizona. Yeah, that was stupid. I didn't even think about that.
Unless these dinosaurs are like Charizard or something, but they're not spitting fire. So like,
Oh no, it's terrible. How is that even possible?
let me rate this thing, JJ.
It's bad. I mean, do we have anything else you want to talk? I mean, it's really
I
bad.
did like I don't know the actor's name, but the guy that they brought back, Owen's buddy from like the first Jurassic World,
Oh yeah.
where he kind of is now working for the
Barry.
CIA or the French Foreign Intelligence.
Yeah, Barry.
Dude needs
The
to
actor's
get a
name
line
is
of work.
Omar Sy.
Omar Sy.
But did he die?
No, I don't think so. But I like that whole kind of. It was a little bit of a sequence where they have like the CIA and all these foreign intelligence agencies are hiring the Jurassic World employees and all their stuff. And you see like clips of the guys from the first movie, and I was like, that would be cool to see a little bit more of that.
There's another storyline. Make it 12.
Yeah, and then we had the bad girl that was like,
Yeah,
killing
make
these
it 13.
and then it was like, well, she's gone now. Like, why did we need all that? Like, personally, if they had gone more like the Jason,
because she was hot. That's why.
No, but if they'd gone more like the Jason Bourne, like dinosaur underworld, like where they were being like trafficked and maybe they needed to get it back to like a Jurassic Park sanctuary, like that would have been like, I'd have been like, that would have been cool. Like, why didn't they just lean into that? Because that would have made sense to me. Save the dinosaurs.
Yep.
Do this thing. And
that's kind of what the second movie was all about. Save the dinosaurs from the volcano.
They could have just done it better, but they decided not to.
Well, and I like the fact that because that would have paid off in the first movie, the fact that the whole thing was to create dinosaur as weapons, right? Like use them as weapons. Like that would have paid that off. And we saw that in this movie, but I would have liked a movie where it's like investigating the Jurassic underground. Like that would have been dope as fuck. Like that the whole movie takes place in that Jurassic World underground and they're watching that. Like that would have been cool.
Yeah, I think so too.
Stupid. Yeah. All right. I guess we can rate it. I just don't know. This movie was terrible.
Let me go first. I got it. I'm giving it a 1. Like, look, some of the actors were fine. I'm going to really talk about the acting because this movie sucks so much. The writers sucked in this movie. The plot to the acting, it's not that it was bad, but nothing could have saved this movie anyways. There were so many moving parts. Like the cloned girl, Maisie, like I didn't even remember. That was such a small story from the other one. Like that confused me right off the bat. And then he threw in grasshoppers or locusts, whatever. And then it just got more confusing. And then you tried to tie in a bunch of this fan service that maybe would have worked if it was a better crafted story, but they tried to throw in like James Bond-esque, or sorry, Jason Bourne-esque, Underworld-esque, and Jurassic Park, new park, kind of, new corporation, all this stuff to just make my head dizzy. And I just wanted to see a good send-off. And as we just talked about, like a common cause where it was like a dinosaur send-off. We didn't get that. Like they tried those clips at the very end. I quite like those clips, the dinosaurs running with the horses and flying away with the birds. But it would have worked more if they had like done that and they'd gotten to the place where they could be and coexist. But there was just a bunch of crap before that. Not a good movie. And the way that this Jurassic Park rendition is going to end, it's just really sad. And I'll never watch this movie again. And just really bad black mark on the franchise.
Yeah. All right, Alec, go ahead, buddy.
So I'm not a huge fan of the Jurassic Park franchise, even the like original one, because it's a horror movie and I am terrified of horror movies. And I will defend this theory that it is a horror movie till the day I die, because that's what it is. And so, yeah, I wasn't really thrilled about this one going in. And like the most fun I had was just picking out all my conspiracy theories that showed up. Because there's a few, almost as many storylines as they had. There was conspiracy theories to follow. So, I mean, I giggled, I laughed, I had some fun. Oh, look at that. And giant locusts are pretty dope. Not going to lie. They're creepy looking, but they're pretty dope. So I'm gonna beat Mattson and go 1.5.
Generous.
But I'm not going to be watching it again anytime soon unless forced to under threat of my life from Oceana.
I mean, it's better than Maltese Falcon.
Not even close.
That's
Not even close. The only thing this does better than the Maltese Falcon is the Malta scene.
There you go.
In color. All right, JJ, bring us home.
Man, this movie sucked. It was terrible. The only good parts were like random characters doing randomly funny things or interesting things. It was nice to see the original trilogy, like 3 main characters on screen again, but I feel like there was no point in bringing them back. It did nothing for this movie. It was just fan service. The actual story to me didn't even come close to tying into the first 2 movies. They just picked random pieces to go, well, this was part of the other movies, let's make it part of this. There was no point whatsoever to this movie besides having dinosaurs on a screen. And yeah, some of those shots at the end were pretty cool looking, but that Mosasaurus would have friggin' eaten those whales like nothing. Like they wouldn't have just swum by and be like, hey, what's up, buddy? That dude, and then one last thing that I'm going to add into my little review here. Did you really just blatantly put the saga from The Deadliest Catch at the beginning of this movie for no reason whatsoever other than to have the saga from The Deadliest Catch at the beginning of this movie? Man, that's a real boat on the show. Like, what a dumb fucking movie. I'm so mad. Like, so I gotta shout out Javier. Sorry, buddy. There's a reason I didn't invite you on. It's because I know you would have defended this pile of shit just for the fact that it says Jurassic in the title. It's terrible. Don't see this movie. I'm giving it a 0.5. It is awful. I want to give it a 0, but it doesn't hit that level. It's not quite there, but 0.5 is as good as I can give it. It makes me mad how bad this movie is.
When we average it out, this movie's getting a 1.
It's generous. This movie was terrible. Terrible. All right, well, Mattson, let's get on with this shit show and tell everybody where they can find us.
Look, you can find us at what'syourverdict.com. Come check us out, see what's happening. Tons of TV going on. We're wrapping up with Obi-Wan. Got Miss Marvel going, which has been pretty exciting. And then I know we're getting back into, we're currently watching The Boys and Stranger Things when it comes out, and we'll do our post reviews there for the other episodes. And just really, I can't think of what else is going on. I know we've got Black Phone, which I'm really worried about. Black Phone's coming up, so I think that will be a very exciting podcast to come listen to. If you've been watching TikTok, Alec has been counting down with some of his videos, and he is worried and is currently curled up in the fetal position for our listeners that can't see him.
I don't want it, JJ. I changed my mind.
So as always, as well, if you want us to watch something, give us a request. Like our individual Charles out there, I hope you enjoyed our crap fest on this particular movie. We will be looking forward and reviewing Boss Baby at some point soon. So we will listen and watch what you tell us to watch. Hopefully not always a bad movie.
Yeah, that would be nice. Oh, and right now, the Black Phone has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I'm stoked. Can't wait.
That means
to
it's
watch
100% from people like JJ.
It's fair. It's fair. It's 20 critic reviews. It's 100% fresh. So, yeah. Poo on Jurassic World Dominion. Let's never speak of this turd again, though it will come up later. As always, we appreciate you tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Cinemagic out.